Hello, I'm the CommanderZander. I remember it so that a sentence critic doesn't have to. And neither should you. Well, it happened. Fuller House debuted. And unless you have a Netflix account, you ain't gonna watch it. So, for those who don't have a Netflix account, you should be thankful that people like me take the time to watch the first episode so that way I can give you my honest take on Fuller House. And I'm gonna do it with some nice little music in the background. But first, for those who don't have a Netflix account, let me show you what the intro, or opening credits, whatever you call it, looks like for Fuller House. And yes, that is Carly Rae Jepsen singing the theme song. So just like with the Full House intros, you saw the transitions of Stephanie, Gibbler, and then these are the new guys. Oh, Widgie, he's just adorable. And your favorites are back. John Stamos, Bob Saget, Dave Coulier, and Lori Loughlin, all back. As well as Scott Weiner, who plays Steve, and Blake and Dylan, who played the twins, and by golly, if you get a chance to see the show, they are hilarious. So, with that said, let's have some wonderful Full House music in the background. So, that was pretty much the intro to Fuller House. There's obviously going to be a condensed version of it for every episode from this point forward, but that was for the pilot episode. And essentially, let me give you the skinny on the episode, because I don't want to try and ruin it for everybody. And no, I will not be showing clips of the episode, because I'm not sure Warner Brothers would be too kind about this. But I will give you my take on Fuller House for those who didn't get a chance to watch it. So pretty much what happens is, we start with what appears to be another Full House episode. Except we transition to that same house from 29 years later. Yes, 29 years later. I'm serious. That's how long it's been since the last Full House episode. And everybody reunites into the house because they're going to be selling it. They're moving on. This will be the last time they see the house, or so they think. Because Danny, Jesse, trying to think. Lost me. Yeah, that's right. Joey and the rest are all moving to LA. And what are they going to be doing? Well, Danny is going to be having his own live national TV show called Wake Up Los Angeles. So, yeah, there's that. And then, well, let's see. Joey's going to Vegas because he's still a comedian even though he's old as hell. And, well, Jesse's also going to LA for reasons of unknown purposes, but you get the point. And then also, Rebecca's also back. She's also co-hosting the show. But these are the cast members, essentially. So you got DG back. She's now a single mother who lost her husband. If you've seen Full House before, you get what I'm talking about. Stephanie's back, so is Kimmy Gimmler. By the way, if you haven't seen Stephanie in this pilot episode, my God, does he explode. DJ has 3 boys. Michael, Elias, and Sonny. And by golly, do I freaking like Max. Or Ramona, Max, and Jackson. Sorry, I'm looking at the actors and actresses who played those characters. And Tommy. Actually, Ramona is Kimmy's daughter. God, what the hell am I thinking? What's that? Well, in any case, these are the new kids on the block, so to speak. Oh, by the way, if you've not seen the twins yet for Jesse and Rebecca, they're freaking hilarious as adults now. They're twin boys who spent 6 years in college with plans to open up a fish taco truck, essentially, is what's going on here. They throw a reunion party, one more get-together, and essentially, everyone's there. One last time in the house. And they're singing and they're reliving all the memories of past times in this house, as you would anticipate. Then the time comes for them to move, and DJ is so overworked. She has to take care of 3 kids, and she's panicking. She can't get everything done at once. Meanwhile, Comet Jr., yes, Comet died and gave birth to Comet Jr., and I'm assuming Comet Jr. died at some point and gave birth to Comet Jr. And Comet Jr. is now giving birth to new babies. And DJ has to help with that and all that stuff. So that's not good. Meanwhile, everyone's listening to the baby monitor because she forgot to turn off the baby monitor. So they're worried. So the plan for them is they're all going to stay and help out. Except DJ's like, no, you have to go. So Stephanie steps up and says, you know what? I'm going to help you out. And so does Kimmy Gibbler. So all 3 of them are going to live in the house and take care of the 3 boys. Which kind of is now a role reversal of the Full House show, where it was 3 men taking care of 3 girls. And also you'll have Ramona, Kimmy Gibbler's daughter, in there as well. I think that Jackson and Ramona are going to have a relationship, from what I've seen from the first episode at least. The rare moments that the two are together, I think they're trying to hook them up so that the two can get married and that they can have one bigger happy family. But the one character I absolutely enjoyed was Max Fuller. He's essentially the heir to Danny Tanner because he likes to clean just like Danny is, and he has a fun, energetic attitude to the show. He's absolutely remarkable. The other characters are very good as well in the roles that they play, and oh my god, do I love Jesse and Rebecca's 2 boys, now as grown-ups. They're a bunch of goofballs that are so hilarious and have worked out so much better than Mary Kay and Ashley Olsen, in my opinion, who are the only 2 that didn't return to Fuller House. Maybe they might sometime in the near future, but they weren't in the pilot episode because of reasons unknown. Well, I know the reasons, I'm just not going to explain it in detail, because I don't have time for that. That's for someone else to deal with. So, final verdict. Would I recommend Fuller House for those who do have a Netflix account? Or even if you don't have a Netflix account, is it worth my $7.99 a month to catch Fuller House? I say yes. I think the pilot episode hooked me on. There's a lot of good things about it. It's a little bit slower paced than, say, Full House. Full House was a quick pace because you knew the chemistry was there. This was essentially shaking off the rust, essentially. But it's still good. You get to relive all your favorite characters from Full House. They relive all their memories. And it in a way, does transition into the new generation. Because then it's time for Stephanie, DJ, and Kimmy Gibbler to take the reins of the house. So this is good for old generations and new generations. Old generations get to relive the Full House characters that they loved and enjoyed. The new generation gets to see what Full House was like and what Fuller House is ultimately going to be like. It's the same as Full House. And I'm glad that they finally decided to do a sequel. I'm sadly disappointed that this is a Netflix only thing, but fortunately for me, I mean, I'm able to watch it. I feel bad for others who don't have a Netflix account, who want to watch Fuller House, and this is the only way they're going to be able to catch it. But in my opinion, it's worth the $7.99 a month if you don't have a Netflix account. Get Netflix, watch Fuller House. You will totally be hooked onto this show. And you get to see all your favorite characters, you get to see new characters, and you get to see them do all the funny stuff all over again. It's wonderful. It's going to be like Sesame Street. It's good for every generation. I would totally recommend it. And if you, for some reason, think, the pilot's going way too fast and stuff, try and watch the first few episodes afterwards, because I think you'll be hooked on with Fuller House. Fuller House is a wonderful sequel to Full House. And I totally recommend it for anyone who definitely was a fan of Full House and is looking forward to the new show. So definitely check it out. If you don't have Netflix, do subscribe. You will be able to get Fuller House with a Netflix subscription. It's worth the $7.99 a month if you want to see all your favorites again. I'm the CommanderZander. I remembered something. It sounds great. Don't have to do it. Neither should you.